Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, it is coming out clear that when Gachagwa stepped in the US, he is partly in a mission to destroy one William Samoei Ruto. So before Gashaga will leave US coming back to this country, he will have, to some extent, if this government is not careful, destroyed Ruto's reputation in when it comes to international matters. That is now coming out clear. And those who are staging the war with the threat on Gachagua, if they don't handle it carefully, they might just land in the trap. That's the truth. Because then, there is this exchange between Kipchumba Murkomen, even Kindiki with Gachagua. Gachagua wako US anasema wakijibu alafu anarudisha. Na hii inatoa uchi, inaanza kufungua other stories. Now, this is what is happening on the issue of terrorism and all that. Kenya became the only sub-Saharan African nation with the MNNA status on June 24th, 2024. This was after the US President then, Joe Biden, announced the designation in recognition of Nairobi's willingness to lead the multinational security mission to Haiti. So hizi vile tunaongea polisi wa Kenya wako Haiti. So when the government showed the willingness to lead that, it's when Joe Biden actually elevated the Kenyan government and as a country kaingia kwa wale mambo ya NATO wako pale. You know what this did? This offered potential long-term access to the US commercial defense solution and elevated security cooperation. That's actually what the Kenyan government has been enjoying to date. So as we are speaking today, before Gashaga came out with the issue of William Ruto having a meeting with the Al-Shabaab leaders, before he came out with this, what was going on is that the US Senate committee, chaired by Idaho Senator James Rich, proposed an amendment to the National Defense Authorization Act for 2026, requiring a review of Kenyan status within 90 days. Walifika aje hapo? This is the issue. The investigation has been launched over about 3 issues. Number 1, the issue of Kenyan government allowing the Rapid Support Forces Group, RSF, to have their meeting in Nairobi at KICC, and Ruto's meeting with this RSF leader who came to this country. Gachagua gave a detailed on how he received the leader and ushered him to State House and left him in the hands of William Ruto, where they were discussing personal business. That's number 1. Number 2, the investigation is about the issue of Al-Shabaab. Now, the engagement Gashaga is telling us, walikuwa na mkutano na hao after the chiefs were, then Gashaga goes on to say that they were discussing business. Number 3, the issue of Kenyan involvement in China trade links. Those 3 are the issues that this US Senate is investigating about. 1, President William Samoei Ruto and the Kenyan government. Hapo ndio mambo ilipo. Ndio maana Gachagua sasa ameanza kusema ya kwamba he is willing to offer or testify before the US Senate on Kenya Non-Nato ally status. Nyinyi Kenya hamja initiate and move to do an investigation on Ruto. It is the US government that is doing that. So I am willing to testify on the in the US Senate committee. Lakini sio Kenya. This is serious. That is the Gachagwa's position.
Let William Ruto answer the Americans for what he has done and what he has not done. I saw the Minister for Interior saying that we should be asked to help in investigations in this matter. We cannot help in any investigations because the Kenya government has not initiated any investigations against William Ruto. The people who have initiated investigations is the American Senate. So if there is need for us to help in investigations, we'll help the American Senate, not the Kenya government, because the Kenya government has not initiated any investigation. Number two, the Kenyan government cannot investigate William Ruto because those policemen work under him. And all the things he is doing of killing people and abducting people, he is doing with the very police. So there is nobody stupid enough to go and report William Ruto to the Kenyan police. Nothing will be done against it. So whoever sees, please don't sell fear to us. You know we cannot buy. In any case, it is the same CS who said that when 5 chiefs were abducted by Al-Shabaab, he said that they will go into negotiation with the Al-Shabaab to have them released. How can you negotiate with people you do not know? And since they were released after negotiations, the CS Interior knows much more than anybody else on who are the leaders of Al-Shabaab, because he said publicly that he'll initiate negotiations for the release of the 5 chiefs who were abducted. The 5 chiefs were released after successful negotiations with Al-Shabaab. So the CS Interior knows whom he negotiated with. So if he wants information as who are the leaders of Al-Shabaab, he is in a better position to tell the people of Kenya and the world and the Americans, because he has already had business with them that has been successful. So please, the Americans have asked the questions. I'm not the one who has asked. If I'm required to help the things I know on the issues in Sudan, the dealings with RSF, I'm ready to help. But the Americans, not the Kenyan government, because the Kenyan government has not raised any issue. They are comfortable with what is happening. And you know, I see people threatening other people. I've seen that fellow called Soprano issuing a lot of threats every day. Oh, mimi ni fire, mimi ni norma. Oh, don't push me around. I want to tell Soprano to take time to read Wallace Feinka. In one of his greatest works, he says, a tiger does not proclaim its tiger. And as I have explained, I think Murkomen is lost. I'm not the one who have launched investigations against William Ruto. It's the American Senate. Those issues were raised by the Americans, not myself. So I have nothing useful I can tell him. But if the Americans want me to assist in the investigations, I would, because that's where the investigation is. I am not aware of any investigation on William Ruto by the Kenyan police. Again, Kipchumba Murkomen has been telling us that the National Police Service is independent and they do not take instructions from anybody, including himself. How then can he purport to give instructions to the National Police Service at the same time say that the National Police Service is independent?
Now, with all this, where does this leave Kenyan government, and how is Ruto really being taken off by the US government, which seemingly, silently supported Ruto's candidature? What is their, current thinking about Ruto's leadership as of now? With this situation and the accusation that follows, tuko wapi? Ruto ako wapi hapa? That's the question here on this pipeline. that I would want us to go deeper and look into. But before we go into that discussion, I have a quick and humble request. For those who are watching the channel and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give the video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. Now, what Gachagua is doing is dangerous for William Ruto. In his mission, he knows very well that you will need even an endorsement of the US. You have to become even their project. UK is also, and other people, these countries, the Western countries, they're interested in the elections here. When you look in the past election, you see US through the ambassador. There was a lot of interest in our politics here. And even those who are in the opposition side really accused the US ambassador, who actually alikuwa kind of mega with, because of what happened at the KIS, was it Bomas, how she was really carrying herself. They made Ruto their project. UK also silently. The European Union. Gachagua is now destroying that reputation for Ruto. Yes, there are these issues, and the investigation is going. Within 3 months, they are investigating. So he was talking on the matter that is going on, and you see the way he's talking, he want to, he want to capture the attention of the U.S. Senate, and there is information he is even leaking out that they can use in the investigations on William Ruto. This is dangerous. This is a bombshell. It leaves Ruto in an embarrassing situation, very compromised. It is true, the Rapid Support Forces team were hosted here in Nairobi. The issue of releasing 5 chiefs, how the negotiations went on, we know the government might have used the elders from that region to negotiate with the other team, and I know there is some good money the government gave out for the chiefs to be released. So, yeah, there are those who are saying that Gashaga, once they land in this country, he will be arrested, investigated. Then what next after that? Where are you going to jail him? He knows, that's why he's talking about that. Even if you arrest him, it is positive politically for him. Sympathy. Number 2, ni kesi gani unamfunga naye? Is Ruto ready to testify, to come and akuja a launch complaint pale? Will he appear in person? Don't know your views. But please let us meet in the comment section so that we can continue with this discussion. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in our next video.